Hello everyone. Once again, I am Howie Shell, and we are here on another episode of Beta Talk. And our topic for today is about the ideal form and finnage of Doubletail Halfmoons. So as you all know, Doubletail Halfmoons are long fin betas, and they are very unique by their appearance because they have two separate tails. Okay, so Doubletail Halfmoons, number one. Overall appearance of a double-tail halfmoon is a full circle with no open spaces or gaps between the unpaired fins, more importantly on the caudal lobes as represented by the blue silhouette circle. So as you can see, this blue circle is patterned to the outer edges of the double-tail's half-moon fins. So this should be the ideal form of a double tail. It should be resembling a circle, continuous outer edge line with no gaps. Okay, we should not see any gaps between the caudal and the dorsal, between the caudal and the anal fin, and especially here in the middle on the space between the lobes they should overlap with each other. Okay. Number two, a thicker body is expected on double-tail betas as it is needed to support the broader finnage than the single-tail beta. As you can see, the body of the double-tail is quite different from other types of betas. They tend to have thicker body from top to the bottom, like on this illustration. This is because the thicker body is needed to support the width or the volume of the finnage. Okay, because as you can see, double tails have extended dorsals. They are located here, unlike other fishes. You can see their dorsals raised starting from here, but on the double tail, it is quite advanced, more on the front, and it will have a thick finnage. So that helps the double tail to control the finnage by compensating with the thicker body. Okay, so the dorsal and anal fin should have a high degree of symmetry, size, volume, and appearance. It should be at least one half the length of the body as represented by the red line. This red line and this red line are identical in length. So as you can see, this one and this one are both the same in length, and this dorsal fin should be the same size and length and appearance as to the anal fin. They should be mirror-like. Okay, the dorsal and anal should be closely identical to each other. Okay, caudal lobes should also be symmetrical to each other. Length should be at least one half the length of the body as represented by the pink line. Here we can see the width. We measure the width of the finnage from the middle part of the lobe up to the outermost edge of the fin. So this pink line is same here, and as you can see, it is exceeding the half of the body size of the double tail. So this is ideal also. So number 5, ventrals have to be as close as the length of the anal fin. This orange line, the tip of the ventrals should be close in length with the outer edge of the anal fin. They should be close in length. Okay, and last, caudal peduncle will be thick also, appear short and chunkier, and the area of the peduncle should have no noticeable bends because if you visualize the double-tail beta from the top, you should see the body. The body has to be straight, and there should be no dents here on the part of the peduncle, because some double tails have misshapen or crooked spine. You can see here if you are viewing them from the top. Okay, next. So dorsal fin shape for Doubletail Halfmoons. So dorsal fin of the Doubletail Halfmoon appears to be larger in size compared to other types. Okay, the dorsal fin should be a mirror of the anal fin in terms of symmetry. Just like what we have mentioned earlier, the dorsal fin and the anal fin should be closely identical to each other. They should be a mirror of each other. Okay, so dorsal fin should also overlap the upper lobe of the caudal fin, and there should be no spaces between them. So this is what it is talking about. So we can see that the upper lobe caudal is overlapping with the dorsal fin. So this is the idea. We should not see any spaces between them or gaps because it is heavily vaulted. Okay, so there should be no stubby or short rays on the front edge of the dorsal fin. This one, some double tails have some stubby or little rays starting here. For example, they have 3 stubby rays, 1, 2, 3, then up, then the whole dorsal itself. So those are also false if they have small stubby rays starting here, and then the 4th ray is the one going up or being the highest peak ray of the dorsal. So we should not see stubby rays here in the front. Okay, so next, caudal. Caudal fin shape for Doubletail Halfmoon. 1. Doubletail Halfmoons have unique caudal fins. The fins are separated into 2 lobes. The upper caudal lobe, which is this one, and the lower caudal lobe, this one. So caudal lobe should be equal in size and volume. Okay, so if this is the upper lobe and this is the lower lobe, they should be also identical in size, shape, and volume. Okay, that's very important on Doubletail Halfmoon. So the lobe separation or the caudal split must begin at the base of the caudal peduncle. So here is the caudal split or the separation of the lobes. The ideal doubletail show beta must have the caudal split or separation starting from the peduncle up to the end of the fin, because some Doubletail Halfmoons have their caudal split here. So that's not the ideal type of caudal separation. Okay, so they should be starting at the base of the caudal peduncle. Okay, so both lobes should overlap each other and no gaps should be seen. So this one, as we can see on the illustration, the upper lobe and the lower lobe are overlapping with each other. So this is the idea. Because some double tails have gaps between them when they flare. You can see a hole in the middle, and that's also a fault. We should not see any gaps or spaces between them. So number 5, upper lobe should overlap with the dorsal, and the lower lobe must overlap the anal fin. So here we can see that it's overlapping. The anal fin is overlapping with the lower lobe, and the dorsal fin is overlapping with the upper lobe caudal. Next, anal fin shape for Doubletail Halfmoons. So anal fin must have almost the same size and appearance as the dorsal fin. Okay, you already know that. The length of anal fin should not go beyond the outer edge of the lower caudal lobe. Okay, this one is pertaining to this. So the length of the anal fin should be same with the length of the caudal. We should not have over anal, okay, over anal finnage, because that will be a fault. Okay, So anal fin should overlap the lower caudal lobe and should not have gaps or holes between them. Okay, and lastly, shape must be roughly rectangular and must not become rounded at any given point. You can see that this the anal fin of this illustration is quite roughly rectangular in shape, and there should be no rounding at the edges. So the edges should be really defined and shaped roughly rectangular. Okay, no rounding of edges because that will be a flaw. Okay, next and last, the ventral fin shape for Doubletail Halfmoon. Number 1, ventral fins should be identical in shape and volume, just like with other types of fishes or tail types. The pair of ventrals should be the same in everything: shape, size, length. Okay, they should be really identical. So a knife-like shape is desired, just like with other tail types. Tip should be pointed, this one. Okay, single tip ventrals are desired. So because we have double tips and double tip ventrals, and those are faults, slight faults. And number 5, stubby or too thick or fat ventrals are faulted. So the ventrals should be right in size, not too thin and not too fat. Okay. Ventral length should be close to the length of the anal fin. Yes, we already tackled that. And lastly, when flaring, ventrals should not cross each other. So like having a figure X when they flare. So we should not see those kind of faults. Okay, so that's it. I hope you guys gathered some knowledge about the Doubletail Halfmoons. So again, these are long fin bettas. They are quite large in overall appearance when they flare, and they are very nice to the eyes when they completed the full moon appearance. When they flare, you can see that it's really big. It's like a full circle. They are really beautiful. But on the other hand, these bettas need more care than any other tail types, because they are carrying heavy finnages. So we should give them extra care on grooming and racing. Okay, that's all. This is once again, this is Howie Hichel, the beta doc, and thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Bye.